Hello, everyone. Another fun day here at the toy shop. Birds are singing, toys are flying off the shelves, and oh yeah, a new Super Sentai got announced. I haven't done a little. I haven't. I've done very little. I have not done a lot Super Sentai on this channel for a very long time, and I'm way behind on Zenkaiger. I've been way too busy to keep up with the current show. But I did want to talk about the new stuff because this just got announced officially. Some of the pictures of things we've only been rumored have been showed off. I want to talk this because this is bizarre. All right, so I'm going to my notes here just so I can actually get everything. Avataro Sentai Donbrothers. As obviously you can see by the logo, you could read it for yourself. I'm sure you're way ahead of me on that one. Donbrothers is based on the legend of Momotaro, so the boy born from a peach. All the Rangers kind of pattern themselves after a very classic Japanese folk tale. So that is essentially what we are going for with this. And of course, if you've heard that motif before, it's the Taros from it's kind of the Taros from Den-O. It's at least Momotaros especially. So you have something that Sentai's are that Tokusatsu Toei have already touched on before. I have no doubt the crossover with Den-O will be coming, but we're just looking at the logo. Let's take a look at the series in general. And just before we get into this, I do have to say, hit like, hit subscribe if you want to see more. It genuinely keeps the channel alive. And if you'd like this channel to thrive a little bit more, you can pitch in a buck or two over on patreon.com/TJOmega. Let us continue. So, here is our cast shot for the season. There's already a lot of old school Japanese folk stuff going on here. The waves are classic Japanese style artwork. The color flourishes. Uh, Interesting to me, the armor style that started with Zen Kaiser is kind of continuing here. Now they dabbled a little bit of this in design wise back in Q Ranger, uh, going for more like an armored look rather than just a spandex with patterns on it. And I prefer this. I mean, it looks more like protective armor. Of course it does, because it's armor. But it looks more like superhero gear than just straight up spandex. So I definitely approve of that design change. The main character himself. Do I have a better shot? I've got a shot of the bike. Oh God, we'll get there. There was one more magazine shot. Hang on, let me see if I can pull that up. Okay, yeah, here we go. There's a pink elephant in the room. We'll get to that. For now, though, we're gonna focus on the Ranger designs themselves. Obviously, we're going old school Japanese because just the style of it gets me. So that's gonna be interesting to me. Is just how much more they're trying. It's weird. It's weird. Sentai wise, it's going in a weird direction because all the characters have their own unique design styles. That's something that I can remember fondly from Q Ranger, but it's far more pronounced here. We're back to 5 characters that are in spandex, technically, but we also have a lot of different detailing across all of them, which I think is great. I love when they do that. But it's interesting to see that mixed in with some like old school Japanese tropes and styles. That's the interesting mix going on design wise here. The Red Ranger himself looks good. The peach on the top of his head, makes it very clear what they are going for here. I find it interesting that the headbands and all the others are uniform, and he's the only one that gets to have something special on his headband. Like outside the horns on Oni's sister, that's the other thing. Donbrothers kind of does away with some of the naming trends because they are labeled as brothers in armor form. If I can pull up my notes real quick. So the Red Ranger is Don Momotaro, so it's not like Momo Red or anything like that. See, our Our ape friend here on the side is Saru brother. Inu brother is the black one at the bottom. Uh, Kiji brother is the pink one. We'll talk about him. And then Oni's sister is our lone female. Um, what's weird about this scene, what's weird about the team is that only 3 of them are actual suit actors. 2 of these characters are full CGI. It's black and pink. So again, we're trying new things. And this is what Sentai needs to do. I'm in that class. It's like Sentai needs to do something radically different. You know, they've been going with essentially the same formula for 45 years, going on 46. And the only time they really changed up the formula was going, let's throw another Ranger in there at some point. That's all they were going for. Beyond that, it's just been more mecha, more gimmicks, more, but no real, like, dynamic change. And they've tried things in the past. You know, Q Ranger had 9 and then like 12 Rangers. You had let's see, what's another good example? Lupin versus Pat. So you had 2 teams of opposing Rangers. I actually really didn't like how that one went. I felt like they should have been one team by the end of it or something. So they've tried. They've tried to switch up the formula, but nothing was as extreme as Zenkaiger, and I think that was the right idea. There's still that part of me where Zenkaiger almost feels like a pandemic response. Like, what's the way we can have only one person unmasked on set at any given time? So that was unfortunately amusing to me. I don't want to say anything pandemic related is amusing to me, but it's more conspiracy than anything, because I don't think that's really what went on. I just think they were trying something completely different for a change. And this is what they're doing again. We're back to a 5 Ranger formula, but we have very, very different Rangers here. I find it interesting. You're looking at Saru brother, the one in blue. Why he's missing, like, the fuzzy, like, the fuzzy arms, like he's like dual wielding Cookie Monster puppets. That's already weird enough. But what really, like, throws me off is, where is his color down his bodysuit? Like, all the other Rangers have their color that extends down beyond their rib cage. Like, even Inu brother, who's in black, still has the stripes going all the way down. Why did blue get skipped? It's weird. Like I'm all in favor of, like, everyone having a unique element to their design, but he clearly already does. But he's missing an element that's common on all the others. It'd be like if one of them didn't have gloves. It would just be weird. So yeah, like, I'm thrown off there. Also, Saru brother may not have gloves. Now I just realized that. I'm not sure. I'm not actually sure. Actually, where's my other shot? Okay, yeah, he kind of has gloves, but kind of doesn't. It doesn't go all the way up the forearm like the others, so it's kind of a bad example. Boots. They all have boots. Just put it that way. Nope, not there yet. All right, so obviously the big takeaway as far as, like, different stuff is we have 2 characters that are entirely CGI. One very small, one not small. So we can have a closer shot of Inu brother, who, according to the infographic, is about 3 foot 3 inches tall. And how is this not a Sonic the Hedgehog character? Like, seriously, it looks like Blaze the cat found a power morpher. That's what it looks like. And I know I'm comparing a cat and a dog. I'm aware of that, but look, they look, when you put it down to just straight spandex, it's just animal with ears. Like, there's no define. I had to be told. I had to be reminded that Inu means dog. So yes, it is a dog ranger, because I kept wanting to think cat, and it wouldn't surprise me if they had gone cat. But for now, we have a Sonic the Hedgehog OC masquerading as a ranger, and it's bizarre. But in any other series, that would be the oddball, right? That would be the oddball. Donbrothers, no. we cannot let that one go. We have to triple down. We have to double down on this actually. Wait for the sixth ranger. We might triple down. No, 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 no. It's the pink ranger. That's the weird one. Okay. Here he is. Take him in. Take them all in. Look at this. Ooh. It's unsettling. It's actually very unsettling. Like, it's Slender Ranger is what it is. Ugh. So yeah, let's see, what were my notes on this one? 7 feet 2 inches tall. Whew. Kiji Brother is not only the tallest Sentai character ever who is not artificially grown, but also the first time we have seen a male character as the primary pink, which is interesting. Toei has been getting a little bit more friendly with the color pink. You know, it started with, oh, what was the first one? I want to say it was Kyoryuger, the first time we actually got to see the Pink Ranger's mech that was actually pink. Most times before that, it was white with pink detailing because they were so terrified of releasing a pink toy. Uh, similar, like Similarly, here in America, Bandai of America did not want to release. They did not want to release that pink Triceratops in America. They originally cast it in purple, and everyone raged. So, still, the fear of color is interesting to me. You realize it's your use of the color that paints it as a boy or girl color. The color itself is innocent. There's no color that is specifically for one gender or for another. It is you marketing pink as a girl's color that made everyone think that pink is a girl's color. So stop marketing it that way, and maybe it won't be a problem to make a boy's toy in pink. Shocking. So I've seen the Toei has gone in they've gone in good directions for that. We have a male Pink Ranger. It's an all CGI character, so I guess they get around it in a little bit that way. But at the very least, progress. She's I'm sorry, that is freakish. That is freak. It's freakish when I realize the upper half actually looks like it's made of like an actual like costume. So like this will actually be like like half of the costume exists for someone to actually puppet and act in close-up shots, but any shot you see them together, no, legs, all legs. Oh my god, this is a very bizarre team. Look at him. Look at Inu Brother just chilling out. How is that not a Sonic character? He's even got the attitude of a Sonic character. Just ridiculous. Uh, here's the thing. The two, at least for the most part, for what we know, are going to be all CGI. I'm sure there's going to be puppeteering involved at some point, partial costumes at some point. I figure that's going to be a thing, but for the most part, they're going to be completely CGI. That worries me. I think that worries a lot of people because Toei's CGI TV level is not great, not great. So here's the bike. Um, yeah, it's very. It's a CGI bike with a weird shot of the Ranger uh, layered into it, photoshopped very poorly onto a shot of the back lot of Toei Studio. This is not good. This is not good. It looks terrible. And we're going to have two characters who are in this CGI quality for the entire show. Yeah, I think it's going to be super awkward to watch. I think that might be super awkward. So I am one of those who is very concerned about that. So there are interesting things with the debut of this character. As we saw in this shot, we actually are going to see an actual team up between Don Momotaro and Zenkaiger in general. He is going to debut at was it episode 42? It's not even close to the end. Well, I guess it is close to the end, but Like it's not even like at the final episode or anything. It's before the final arc of the show begins. So episode 42 is going to be the debut of the next Sentai, which is weird because it's like 2 months in advance of the show's debut. Different strategy. That's not a bad thing. Here's another thing that's a different strategy. If I can find the right photo for it, that bike actually combines with uh, Jurin, which is I don't recall any Sentai being cross-compatible with a previous one before. Already that is fascinating. It gets their toys out a little bit faster, I'll say that. Um, the bike toys, especially for Sentai, generally aren't as popular, so this is also some way of getting those to sell hotter, putting them in the Zenkaiger toy line that's doing better than Toei expected, and making them compatible with the existing toys. So this is going to be like, especially because it's going to be the first toy you can get for the new team. So it's going to make it a hotter item than normal. So interesting strategy from Toei. Um, it does look pretty awkward. It's a very different style of robot than what we have had in Zenkaiger, but it's going to be unique. If they make another device that combines onto him, and we get a continuation of that gimmick, I actually wouldn't mind because that creates a lot more combination potential. So let's see, what else do we have? We got a shot of the weapon, the changer. So a lot of people have noticed that, yeah, once again, it's a gun morpher. It's a really gaudy one, bright yellow and bright red. It is the Hulk Hogan gun, and the gears have been replaced with what I think they're going to pass off as shurikens, even though we've done shurikens recently. No, they're buzz saws, is what they are. They look like they are buzz saws. And apparently, these toys that use these particular buzzsaws are actually cross-compatible with the previous gears. The gears will still work in all the toys that come out for Donbrothers, which is actually pretty interesting to do. Again, the cross-compatibility. I've seen some call it as desperation, but I don't think it's desperation to continue something that is working. In Sentai especially, Sentai's done a lot in the last 10 years or so that hasn't worked, and if they found something that worked, I don't think there's anything wrong with them continuing it for a while and trying something new instead of, like, imagine if they kept doing Ranger keys after Go Kaiger and the Go Busters used a different morpher that had keys. And they were, all the past keys were cross compatible, so you still had function in there. Look at how long they were releasing keys. They still do new Ranger key sets once in a while. There's a brand new mobile rates, so all of them can have sound effects in the actual toy. That's how popular that's how popular that gimmick was. They could have done really well if they had continued it. But no, we're so used to them scrapping everything at the end of the year and moving on to something else that we don't really even question what if they continued. Like, how much better would they do if they just kept a good gimmick and a good sales marketing strategy going a little bit longer? Maybe this wouldn't be suffering the way it is. Maybe Sentai wouldn't be in trouble. So it is what it is, unfortunately. But I don't have any problem with them doing it again. So long as it's presented in a different way. And yeah, like this, it does feel like it's a lot the same. You're going to be spinning the gear on the side instead of spinning the gear on the top. It's it's going to feel same-ish. That's my downside to it. I'm waiting to see presentation. I'm waiting to see how different it's going to be from just my normal Zenkaiger toys. That's what I'm waiting on. So that was the interesting part of that. That CGI sucks. I'm really concerned. I like the design. I'm a Sonic fan, so I like the design, and I'm interested to see what the crossover is going to be. But, whew, there's some weird stuff going on with this. Let's do some behind the scenes before we wrap up here, just so we have a little bit of what's going into this show. So, Toshiki Inoue is returning to write this one, and he is the head writer for the series. He's the guy credited for ruining a lot of Sentais. He was Toei's fixer for a long time, which meant the writer wasn't providing what Toei wanted or wasn't getting things done fast enough, so Inoue came in to finish up a show instead. Inoue has writing tropes that are kind of dated, and he likes using them way too much. Look for characters who could avoid conflict and friction between them just by explaining things and talking, but instead they stay quiet. That's usually how that happens. That's usually Inoue's go-to. In this case, he's also the guy who did Jetman, which is by old school Sentai fans regarded to be the best Sentai series of them all. And he did Kamen Rider Agito, my favorite Kamen Rider series. So he has a pedigree of success when he's doing his own stories. But then again, he's had a lot of misses when it hasn't been his own story. So I don't know. Apparently, one of the producers for this one is coming back from, who was also part of Agito. I'm hoping reuniting the two is going to create that balance, so Inoue kind of stays under control and gets a little bit more of a polished product out of this show. So that's about all we've got for Donbrothers right now. Is it going to be enough? I have no idea. I have no idea. It's a different strategy. Like, not only going for a different style of Rangers, but also going for a different gimmick style of continuing a previous one. Going to Japanese mythology is probably, and folklore is probably a good bet. It definitely taps something that Sentai doesn't do very often. I'm just wondering if it's just... I don't want Sentai to go anywhere, but it feels like it needs more of a shakeup than just a couple Rangers are weird, you know? Like, it feels like I need a new dynamic to how Sentai works, and there's ways you could do it. Nothing I'll get into this video because it's long enough. But it's definitely something to watch and see just how well this performs, considering it is something that they haven't done before. And that's all I ask for now, is just do something you haven't done before and see how it works. And hopefully we make it to at least the 50th series before anything goes too wrong. So that's about all we got for Donbrothers right now. Keep an eye on it. It should be interesting watching this one develop. And who knows, I might try to work in a little bit more tokusatsu on this channel from time to time. So thank you guys for watching. As always, let me know what you thought, and I will see you in the next video. Guys, I am facing the most powerful enemy any YouTuber can face, the algorithm, and I need your help to defeat him. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and leave a comment. Every time you do, we attack that algorithm and we drive it back until it can no longer defeat this channel. Thank you very much.